broader issue of authoritarianism in parks. Miguel and I were just yesterday at the anniversary of the eviction of Lamport Stadium Park, where a lot of people were treated quite violently by the cops and so on. And one of the things a lot of people are calling for is repealing the no camping bylaw in parks. Where do you stand on the no camping bylaw and the encampment issue in general? Because that's, to me, the biggest issue facing parks right now is their use as a substitute form of housing, which is arguably required at the moment.
Well, I think that encampments is just a symptom that City Hall is failing the people. Otherwise, people would be in better places. No one wants to be on an encampment. Maybe for a nice weekend, but not as a home. So encampments is a failure of City Hall, and a failure of the Premier, and a failure of the Prime Minister. So we need to work on that. Obviously, that's not the ideal for the parks to have them all full with encampments also. But we need to take a human rights approach to encamping. It's absolutely unthinkable to send 100. Last year, you were talking about the Lamport Stadium.
Yeah,
There were like 12 people, and they sent over 130 armed police.
Yep.
130 armed police. That's not a human rights approach. A human rights approach is that we need to sit, and we need to talk,
Yes.
and we need to listen, and we need to find a solution. And when I'm gonna take away your tent, I'm gonna put you in some better place that both of us agree.
Both, yes.
Because what do? We go to the place, we turn down the tents. These people with their sense have been able to get a tent, and then we turn up. Where do they go? They go to another park, and then we kick them out of the other park, and then we go to another and another and another. No, we should talk to the people and move only if and when we have a better solution. Not necessarily a house. I know a house is going to take a long time. It's more long term. But even in the short term, it has to be a better solution. So it has to be a human rights approach. And it's not. I think that's very typical of Tory. He is the head of the police. He sits personally on the board of the police.
Yeah.
So like even with COVID, I think he was a good spokesperson for public health. But the public health people who did almost all of the work were Eileen, the medical chief officer, and Joe Presi and Christine Wong-Tam. They were. The mayor was not on the board of the Board of Health. He wasn't. But what he was the police. At the beginning of COVID, I saw many police giving out $750 tickets for sitting on a bench. 700. I saw many people get 700. That's not the way. We need carrot and we need stick. And we need a vision. We have failed the vision, we have failed the carrot, and we have only used the stick.
Yeah.
What is the vision? Is to know what kind of city we want. What is the education? The carrot. Education, motivation, dialogue. And what is the stick? Oh, to enforce the law, but that is the last step. We cannot forget about vision and carrot and then only go for the stick.
Awesome. Is that a good answer, brother?
Anything else? Anybody? Yes.
Yeah,